Hey everybody. Hi, we're the Game Brass. How is it working? Is it working?
Is it working is a good first question.
We hope it's working.
We hope it's working. Okay, I'm seeing people saying woo and nice and hi Game Brass. That is a good indication that it is working.
Good, okay.
I like affirmative statements. If
Hello.
there is a disaffirmative statement, please let us know the disaffirmative statement, and we will try our best to fix whatever technological difficulties lie therein.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is the official Game Brass launch stream for Brasslevania. Yeah,
Cool.
Can you show the thing real quick? I'm really quickly going to show you the album art from Brasslevania.
Oh, I will allow you to really quickly do that.
So this is Brasslevania. This wonderful album art was provided to us from our dear friend Scott Gamble. He is at 3sided on Twitter, and he also did our Snowtopia album art. He's a great friend of ours, and we love working with him. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Woo.
Cool. How's everybody doing? Oh, we should introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm John Stacy.
Hi, I am John Stacy. Neither of us are actually John Stacy.
Who is John Stacy? My name is Robby Duguay. I play the trumpet in the Game Brass.
Cool. I am Daniel Rumberger. I play trombone and whistle in the Game Brass, but mostly trombone.
Whistling's not really a brass instrument.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it is. So also on this album, normally we are a quintet. So that's John Robert Matz playing first trumpet, myself on second, Danny Flam on French horn, Daniel Romberger on trombone, and then Alex Hill playing tuba. But for this album, we were approached again from our dear friend Thomas Kresge, who arranged this album, and he said, what if we expanded the arrangements to more instruments? And so instead of having 5 of us this time, we are joined by 4 more to make 9. So thank you, Marc Papagin for playing, John Stacy for playing, Jordan Moore for playing, and
That's our horn section right
that's
there.
our horn section right there. And I'm forgetting, Ken Crouch. I started too low in the list.
Yeah.
I always think of things like in order of their parts, and I just started higher up. Anyway, so we should play some music.
Let's play some music.
There are 22 tracks in this album, so if we don't start soon, we're going to run out of time.
Cool.
Before we start, I have prepared hastily videos for every single one of these songs. They're not all beautiful. Some of them are just moving scores. Some of them are the videos from our channel. If there are mistakes, I'm sorry in advance, but please follow along with the score as we enjoy our first track, which is Ghosts and Goblins.
Which is Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. That was our first track. That was Ghosts and Goblins. I don't know. I don't know the title properly. It's from like a bunch of different parts from the game. So
Yeah.
it's the Ice Tower and the main theme and the everything. It's by Ayako Mori.
It's the one that people think of whenever they see any gameplay whatsoever of Ghosts and Goblins. Yes. Also, the main character losing his suit of armor and having to go in his underwear.
Yes. Classic.
Yeah.
Cool. So we are going to adjust as we go with this stream in terms of the delay. So
Yeah.
Chat, tell us. Shout us out. How is the delay right now? Are we closer to what we were aiming for?
Are we saying words properly? Does it look like we are saying words when our mouths look like they are saying words?
I'm sort of watching myself in delay, so there's like...
Oh, that's like
it's dead air,
multiple
dead
delay.
Air. Yeah, that's a good like
All right.
10 seconds. Anyways, closer. Okay.
Closer.
We'll move on to the next song.
We'll adjust.
Great, cool. So this next one is one of the most famous, call it scary related tracks, I would say. This was one of the ones that when I said we were doing a scary album to some of my friends, this was the track that they wanted to hear the most. So this next track...
This next track is Lavender Town from Pokemon Red and Blue, one of the most infamous scary songs of all time, composed by the Pokemon veteran composer Junichi Masuda. And we hope you enjoy. Oh, this also is not just Lavender Town. That's worth mentioning too, because this has allusions to Pokemon Tower, which is a location inside Lavender Town, which is actually where the ghosts are.
Scary. All right, let's play it.
Let's do it.
Great.
Yeah.
We're back. So let's talk about that piece just really quickly.
Sure.
So that was, again, Lavender Town, a little bit of hint of Pokemon Tower, arranged by Thomas Kresge, who did this whole album with us. That specific piece features a couple cool things.
Yeah.
Want to point out John Robert Matz and Ken Crouch on the dueling piccolo trumpets. Really cool stuff. We hear a lot of them again in Ghost House.
Yes.
I believe, with the...
Which is... Yeah, that's coming. That's actually coming right up. But
yeah.
Spoilers.
So we'll come to that. And then tooting my own horn a little bit, I had a flugelhorn solo in there that I'm super proud of. Super thankful to Thomas for putting it in there. Love that piece.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, the delay seems to be fixed. Hooray!
Yes, we did
All right, we did it. We solved it.
All right.
Thank you, chat, for helping us solve it. And also hi to the people that we have not said hi to already. So you have just heard track number 2 of the album, which is Lavender Town from Pokemon Red, composed by Junichi Masuda, arranged by Thomas Kresge, and featuring the Game Brass plus extra friends.
Yes.
Shall we go on to the next track?
Let's go on. Yeah.
Sure. So for the ones that we have videos for, this is actually going to be the very first one. We're going to play the video, and then that'll give us a chance to talk about the video and what he did with it, and other intricacies that happened while filming. For everything else, we have the scrolling sheet music, which you had been seeing before. So hopefully you guys are excited by both of the visual stimuli there.
Yes. I should talk about the video just a little bit. This one, so I do all the video editing most of the time. 99% of the time. This one, I really wanted to kind of get the flying ghosts thing going on, so I made us all very see-through, very floaty, very feathered edges. I even put some like smoke overlays on us and distorted our images a little bit so that we're always sort of ghostly. And you'll see that there are some references to layouts in actual ghost houses from Super Mario World. That's actually the first video game that I ever owned. So it means a lot to me, and I wanted to get that as many little references as I could into this video. Yeah. So why don't we check it out?
Yep, I helped too. I entered the house as Luigi. Luigi.
He got the gameplay. Cool. Here we go. Here we go. That one's so much fun. I love that one so much. It's so good. Okay.
Oh, scary.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
We just made a thing.
We actually just made it right now as that song was playing.
During the stream. So, yes, we made an album. We all made an album. That's great. We made a promo code for that album. If you want to get Brasslevania tonight during the stream only, the promo code is GHOSTS. GHOSTS.
Yes. And
Ghosts.
so what you can do is go to our Bandcamp page, which if one of the other Game Brass members in the chat would kindly link to the Bandcamp page, that would be much appreciated. Please. So when you order Brasslevania, you can enter the promo code GHOSTS, and that will give you 15% off for the album as a thank you to you for watching this stream on our launch day. And please, by all means, this is an exclusive offer, so because it's exclusive, share it around to everyone that you know. Get everyone in here because this is exclusive. This is private eyes only, so you got to get your friends involved.
Yeah, so
plug.
Promo code GHOSTS. Buy our album.
Yeah.
And so just to be clear, all of this stuff costs a lot of stuff to put on. So I know it might be hard to be like, oh man, $15, but like we are not making money on this. I promise you. Okay, so Ghost House.
Let's talk about it.
You may have noticed that it looks kind of weird. I forgot to talk about this beforehand. We recorded that video at half speed. So everybody recorded to like the slowest, most drawn out recording of the thing and played along video wise. I meant to look at chat to see if they're calling us out. So we recorded it at half speed, and then I, in the video editing software, doubled the speed. So instead of us like bah, 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 we're like moving super jerky and fast because it's double sped up. So that was a cool part about it.
So we had to listen to a 9-10-ish minute track and deal with our entrances, and oh my gosh, it was an ordeal, and it was a lot of fun.
And some of those notes are really long.
Yup.
Yeah, cool. What was the other thing we wanted to talk about before we move on to the next song? The Ghost.
Right, the Ghost.
Speaking of promo code GHOSTS, you'll notice that one of the members of the band for that video was a ghost. So we have a joke in the band right now that just everybody is John Stacy. Oftentimes, if someone is not available for a video, I will fill in and do some sort of role. In this case, John Stacy wasn't available to be in the Ghost House video, so I put a sheet over my head and played the French horn. I'm actually looking at the floor where there's sheet music, and the sheet is over my head like this, taped to the floor, and I'm playing the horn with the mouthpiece touching my forehead and just sort of trying to dance along. The things we do for the Game Brass.
The real John Stacy is the friends that we made along the way.
Yes. Thank you for being here, John Stacy. We appreciate
you.
Your third parts.
So someday he'll be in a video.
No, later today he'll
be in a video. That's fair.
Good.
Later
it's
today.
Good. I mean, sometimes I have to fill in for other people too. So
later today and someday.
If you see a weird costume in a video, it's usually because I filled in for somebody. Dragonborn. Okay, so next up is Spirit of Hospitality.
Oh, baby.
From Celeste. We are super thankful to Lena Rain for being a part of this project with us. She is fantastic. I got to spend a little bit of time with her at PAX West this year. I showed her the mix on terrible headphones while she was trying to tear down, and she sort of like bopped along. It was great. She's been giving us shout outs on Twitter. Thank you so much, Lena. And this track features our dear tuba boy.
He's not a deer.
This track features our tuba boy.
There we go.
Yeah. So Alex Hill is our featured soloist on this album, or on this track. I will not ruin any surprises, but you will definitely see him in this video. Why don't we go to it?
All right, let's do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that piece so much. And Alex just nails it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we were chatting a little bit.
He even recreated it for the video.
Yeah.
And it took him, well, he gave us like 4 takes, and it's impressive that he was able to recreate his own cadenza, which he wrote at the behest of John Robert Matz. Shout outs to John Robert Matz, who's an absolutely brilliant person with all these amazing ideas that we end up implementing last minute because we also like having amazing ideas implemented.
Yes, and sometimes they take a lot of time to implement, but we love him anyway.
Exactly.
It's fine, John. It's all fine. Yeah. Anyway, Alex crushed it. Beautiful. Like it's like almost like a tuba concerto, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're acting in the end.
So that's something nice about Thomas's arrangements on this album in particular. He gave each of us a chance to shine individually. So this song was very much Alex's moment, and it's really cool. And each of the other members of the Game Brass gets their own super special awesome moments as well. I don't know why you're laughing.
Speaking of super special moments that are your track.
Oh,
what's next,
right.
my friend? It turns out that the next track highly features my dear friend Daniel Romberger right here.
I am also not a deer, but that's okay.
Everybody's my dear friend. So in this next track, what do you do?
Okay, in this next track, I am Luigi, and I am going through a mansion. Sometimes I get nervous going through the mansion because I'm scared of everything, and I whistle to myself when I'm scared in order to make myself less nervous. And another, I'm gonna drop the role playing here. I'm not good at it anyway. But also in this, so I whistle in this track, I play trombone in this track, and I would have played euphonium in this track, but Jordan Moore is a much better euphonium player than I am, so I handed the part off to him.
So good.
And the real thing that's unique that I do in this track is play the theremin, which is an electronic instrument that's played entirely without contact. Yeah, I'm content while playing it, except I'm usually not because I have to focus a lot.
You don't touch the instrument.
You don't touch the instrument. There are 2 antennas that figure out the electromagnetism in your body. It's kind of weird. I might demonstrate it later.
Yeah, he brought it, so yeah.
Yeah. Let's just play the track. It's a lot of fun.
But you also didn't mention the one other important thing.
Oh.
You do a little bit of whistling.
Oh yeah, Didn't I mention that? That's fine.
So
Yeah, I whistle.
So Daniel is like a wildly amazing whistler. Oh, well, we'll come back to it a little bit for Deadly Premonition. But why don't we show Luigi's Mansion? This is another one of the score videos. So for those of you just joining us now, hello, we're the Game Brass. This is Brasslevania. It is our new 22-track album featuring 9 brass players, arranged by Thomas Kresge. Right now we are about to start track number 5, which is Luigi's Mansion, which is composed by Totaka?
Yeah, it is composed by Totaka.
Yeah, Kazumi Totaka.
I believe Totaka's song is also in that, but that's outside. Yeah.
Cool.
Also, by the way, I'm Daniel. I play trombone usually. He's Robby. He plays trumpet usually.
Yes. And why don't we now play for you Luigi's Mansion? I was just going to say quickly, I spent all day yesterday making these score videos. Please enjoy following along. If they are inaccurate, I apologize. Let's go. Ooh, ghosts.
Scary. So
Ghosts.
Yes. Good segue.
So this is our official launch live stream for our album Brasslevania. It is available on Bandcamp. If you would like to obtain this album for 15% off, you can use the promo code GHOSTS, GHOSTS,
Yes.
Ghosts.
Ghosts. That offer is exclusive to this live stream only. You will only be able to do that today, so make sure you jump on that and tell your friends who will also jump on that. Bring them in here and jump on that. So
Yes.
the instrument that has just magically appeared in front of me is the instrument that I played that was special for Luigi's Mansion. This is the Theremin. I was going to demo it, but there's so much electronic signals going in this room that I'm actually picking up the radio instead. But the way that it works is you stand up, your right hand controls the pitch. So the closer your right hand is to this antenna, the higher the pitch. The farther away your left hand is above the other antenna, the louder the sound. So essentially you got to stand really still and go like this in order to play the music.
Cool shorts.
It's very difficult to play, especially in tune. There are some hand positions which can like help you orient yourself a bit, but it's a lot of fun and quite a challenge.
So in the chat,
Yoshi's Island flashbacks.
Somewhat greenish says Yoshi's Island flashbacks. So we did a joke video on, I guess it was on Instagram and Twitter, where we were playing the Yoshi's Island thing, and he did the on this. It was great. It was cool. Anyway, okay, so this is a 22-track album. Let's move on. That's enough tutorial. Really quickly, if you go to our Bandcamp, not only do we have Brasslevania, digital and physical for sale, we also have Snowtopia, physical for sale. We have buttons. We have stickers. We have pins. These new pins are nice and new and shiny. Let me try and go closer. Oh, my knee. Oh, man down.
Hi, Chill Neo. Yeah, look at that.
Excuse my nails. Anyway, those are our new metal pins. So please pick those up.
Yep.
That looks really good on screen.
When you pick those up, hey, 15% off if you say ghosts.
Ghosts. Yes. And so, one more thing about that. If you pre-order the physical version of Brasslevania, limited to today, I guess is the end of it.
Yeah, today's the last day.
You will get a free sticker and button with that order.
Yeah. Deals.
Cool. Deals. All right.
What's
let's
next?
Move on. The next one is a happy ending.
Yeah,
from Splatterhouse.
This is the one that we kind of made up the title because it was rather unclear.
So there was an original title which basically is like ending, but it got translated poorly at one point.
Yeah.
Almost like a Google Translate. And so there's a weird, like we didn't want to use the weird sort of poorly translated thing. So a happy ending ended up being our good version. So
this, fair warning, this starts off with chaos.
Yes. It is the emulation of the sound effect that happens when you die in the game.
Yeah.
Right. Again, arranged by Thomas Kresge. Thank you, Thomas. Lovely to have you. Let's check out this song. So,
Splatterhouse.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ken Crouch, Ken Crouch, who goes by Hat.
Yes, Hat VGM.
Beautiful trumpet solo at the beginning there. So good. Once again, Thomas, our arranger, has done a fantastic job of giving us each like highlight moments, and that one shows.
That one's very
Ken
much
great.
Ken's moment, and it's really lovely.
Yeah, so good. And like the rest of the game is not like that at all. It's very like murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arcade slasher. And like a lot of people were saying, it's not a game that a lot of people know. Honestly, I don't know it either. One of the nice things about this project was we could mix up the tracks that are really popular, like Pokemon or like Super Mario World Ghost House, and then throw in a couple of these deeper pulls, which people might not necessarily know, but if you like what you've heard so far, then you'll get exposed to something new. And
if you're like an older arcade game player, then you would definitely know Splatterhouse.
Sure,
so it's just
absolutely.
not, it's not me. I had a SNES, so cool. So speaking of the hits, the popular tracks, this next one is definitely one of the hits. This is a favorite, and I should say that it's a favorite specifically of Thomas, the arranger. He loves Banjo-Kazooie. I remember, so I was at E3 this year, and I was on the show floor when they announced Banjo-Kazooie for Smash, and I'm like madly texting Thomas. He's like, I know! So this next track is from Banjo-Kazooie. It is from our friend Grant Kirkhope, who forever shouts us out. Thank you, Grant.
Grant is so nice to us.
Yes.
Can't say enough positive things about Grant.
Yes, love Grant Kirkhope. So, that all said, why don't we listen to Mad Monster Mansion? Is there anything specific we should say about this track before we hit play? Besides that it's great? Any features? I can't think of it.
Not offhand.
Okay.
It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Let's go to the track. Here we go. Mad Monster Mansion from Banjo-Kazooie. Okay, that was Mad Monster Mansion from Banjo-Kazooie by Grant Kirkhope, arranged by Thomas Kresge, and performed by us, the Game Brass.
The Game Brass.
Hi, we're the Game Brass.
Hi.
Cool. So,
first of all, thank you all for tuning in.
Yes.
This is an absolutely fantastic turnout, and I'm
Amazing.
really glad that you guys enjoy what we're doing and what has been going on so far. Once again, to remind you all, there's a special discount code for all of what you're hearing now, which is Brasslevania. The discount code will last for the duration of this live stream. If you go to our Bandcamp page, if someone would be kind enough to link to the Bandcamp page, if they haven't already in the chat, go to the Bandcamp page, order what you want, and use the promo code GHOSTS.
GHOSTS.
And you will be able to get 15% off a digital physical album or any amount of the merchandise that we have available.
Please check it out.
Cool.
Great. This next one we actually have a video for. So if you've been enjoying the cool scrolly scrolly score videos, Thomas exported those for me, and I made these videos up yesterday. But this next one we actually have a real video for.
And we hope you'll enjoy that more.
Yes, and if memory serves, we pulled it together in 2 days?
Yep, we pulled it together in 2 days because, so this is Life is Beautiful from Deadly Premonition, which, by the way, I was super insistent that this song be on the album. Like,
insistent.
To an obnoxious degree, probably.
And it doesn't really match the tone of really anything else in the album.
Right, which is exactly why I think it should be there.
Yeah.
But so we had this project in the works, and then at the Nintendo Direct, it was announced that Deadly Premonition was getting a remake on the Switch, which is out now, and also Swery is directing a sequel. There's a Deadly Premonition 2 that will be out later. So then I'm seeing this, and like, I played the game. It is delightfully absurd. It's so fun. I was freaking out, and we like super rushed getting the video and everything ready together.
At this point, we'd already, like, Thomas had arranged it. We'd already recorded it. It was already done. It was ready. Like, it was ready to be submitted to go to stores. But there was no video yet. But we weren't ready to announce the album yet.
Right.
So we just sort of, here's this thing we did. Surprise.
Also, there's an album coming later, but you don't know that yet.
So we pulled that together.
It was awesome. And then Swery was really nice to us. He saw what we did. He retweeted it. He shared it on Facebook, and really appreciate his support and our endeavor for that.
Yes, and I'm going to try not to butcher this, but this track is composed by Ryo Kinugasa, Takuya Kobayashi, and Hiromi Mizutani. So the soundtrack for Deadly Premonition is credited to those three. We don't know who actually wrote Life is Beautiful specifically, but yes. Yeah. And so this track is a very happy-go-lucky, weird, unsettling track, and it features whistling. And, well, we have a resident whistler here. So he does his equivalent of Alex's tuba cadenza in whistling style. So let's check out Life is Beautiful from Deadly Premonition.
Hope you enjoy.
And the cosplay of the murderer is me. I'm John Stacy. no.
So the beauty of doing something live is sometimes stuff can happen and it doesn't go exactly the way you practice, and you gotta learn to improvise. And yes, this was an old version of the video. This is not the final version that's on YouTube. You can still see the final version that's on YouTube. It looks better than that. You can watch it if you want, but don't watch it now because we're doing a thing now.
Yeah. It's my time now. Yeah. So actually, this is a good excuse to talk about video a little bit.
Yeah,
so
let's do it.
I do a lot of video editing with the Game Brass, and sometimes things don't go very smoothly. And that is for anything, not just, doing video. Sometimes it's audio, sometimes it's arrangement, whatever. And with all of us, we all have like real jobs, or we're like full-time students, or are students and have jobs. I make music for video games, same as John Robert, same as a bunch of us. And to do the Game Brass is totally a labor of love. And sometimes someone is on tour or something, or doing marching band convention. I don't know.
Yeah.
John does that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
I'm not from the United States. I don't know what that is.
Sometimes people are performing in Israel.
Yeah, exactly. So like Danny right now is on a flight to Europe or the Middle East right now, and he's not available for the stream, and that's totally fine, and we still love him. So he was on a tour when we were making this video, and it was super last minute, and the way that I like to work is iteratively. So I'll put all the pieces into the video, and I use After Effects, which means that I can nest videos inside of other videos. So in order to add Danny to that video after, I could just put him into his composition, replace that still of him just in his position there, and it would just update the whole video, and I just render it again. And I made a bunch of tweaks. There were definitely mistakes that I watched as that went by, but please, enjoy the real video on our real channel. Now you get to see behind the curtain a little bit.
And thank you to the people who complimented my whistling.
Yes, very cool.
I love you.
Yes. Who is foolish enough to have a job and be a student at the same time?
Oh, gosh.
His name is Jeff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you too. And you guys somehow produced an album together. Would you like to talk about this quickly?
No.
Okay.
That's for a later date.
Okay. All right. So, why don't we move on? Okay, this next track is one that I love and I think was my insistent piece.
This is your special feature track.
Special feature. I had intended to make a video of this where the 9 of us are playing, and then there is a 10th character who appears and is spinning around an evil playing the guitar. This is a guitar feature for me. Surprise, I play the guitar. This next track is The World Revolving from Deltarune, and I was going to do a really cool Jevil cosplay, but now you know it was me, so the surprise is ruined. Let's check out the track.
He can do anything.
I can do anything. Oh, one more note about crappy video things that I've made mistakes about. The video background is going to cut out like 3/4 of the way through. What can you do? Let's go to the track.
So do you want to talk about how hard that was?
It was real hard. Actually, you watched me record half of it.
I watched you record that.
Yeah. Fun fact about the Game Brass, we take a lot of takes and edit them together to sound good. That one, yeah, that was above my pay grade guitar-wise, but, you know, doing multiple takes saved me on it. So, yeah. It was fun. It was good.
Hey, you can do anything.
I can do anything.
Speaking of doing anything, if one of the things that you would like to be doing is ordering the album that you are listening to, Brasslevania, consisting of all the tracks you have heard thus far and all the tracks you will continue to hear in the future. Dude,
it just suddenly feels like an infomercial.
Let's go!
Act
Infomercial
now,
time now! Act now! Put in the promo code GHOSTS, GHOSTS, which is how you spell ghosts, and that is the promo code that you can use in order to get 15% off of Brasslevania. Get a physical CD, get a digital CD, get any of this flavors of merchandise.
3-inch
really
sticker,
nice
1.5-inch button, 1.25-inch enamel pin. It's all on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
thegamebrass.bandcamp.com.
Exclusive
Please
to this,
buy some stuff.
exclusive to this stream. Act now or forever hold your peace. Don't forever hold your peace.
Buy it full price tomorrow.
Be
That's
cool.
fine too. Yeah. Cool. All right. I think we're making pretty good time. We've been on stream for about an hour, and we are just about halfway through
done.
the album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this album has a shockingly large number of tracks. Thomas first came to us at the beginning of the summer after having completed Snowtopia and said, like, hey, I want to arrange another album for you guys. I was thinking, you know, this one would be a little bit longer, maybe 12 or 14 tracks. I'm like, okay, yeah, Halloween time. Okay, let's do that. Sure, let's pull it off. And so he got through the 14th track and he's like, oh, what about this other one? Like, okay, sure. And so he finished it. And then I was like, oh, well, yeah, also Deltarune. And then finished
I was
that.
like, oh yeah, also
Life is beautiful. And then like suddenly like the tracks are getting more and more. And then, you know, by the end of it, we're like, how are we going to get this album done?
And then at the very last hour, John Robert Matz came in with his, one more, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah. I don't want to steal the thunder of that one. So, this next track was an insistent inclusion from our friend John Stacy, our dear friend John Stacy, who you saw in the, not this past video, but the one before. He was the cowboy cop playing out on the range, playing the French horn. So he plays third horn in this album. I think the first VGM track he ever arranged was actually this track.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know
this
that.
arrangement, but his first arrangement was of this track, yes. So this next one is one of the reasons why this album is called Brasslevania. It's from Castlevania, and it is Voyager.
Hope you enjoy.
So that was Voyager from Castlevania. We are the Game Brass. This is the Brasslevania launch live stream. Thank you for being here. My name is Robby Duguay.
I'm Daniel Rumberger.
And we are two members of a group who play brass instruments and play video game music.
Normally our group is 5, consisting of trumpets John Robert Matz and Robby Duguay, along with myself, Daniel Rumberger, on trombone, Danny Flam on French horn, and Alex Hill on tuba. For this particular project, arranged by Thomas Kresge, we have added 4 new folks to the roster, including
Ken Crouch.
Ken Couch, also known as Hat VGM. Crouch.
Jordan Moore, fantastic euphonium player, who is joining us on French horn this time, as well as Marc Papeguin from France. Merci, mon ami. And also John Stacey playing the French horn as well.
Yes, and John Stacey's specialty is the low French horn.
Very low.
Speaking of low French horn, what is our next track?
Well, this next score was described by a certain Facebook French horn playing group as unplayable.
That's right. This particular part was unplayable.
Yes. So there's sort of this weird. I remember in high school, sort of playing in band, there was this weird hierarchy of the person who was the better player was the higher number, and there's sort of weird, like, unbalanced thing. But that's not true now that we're all old and pretty much equally good at instruments. John Stacey is a low specialist, so being third horn doesn't mean he's the third best. He's just really good at low notes.
Yes.
So, like, you know, Danny Flam and you are both fantastic trombone players. Yeah. Danny Flam is better at low notes than you, so he is the low second trombone. He's not second seat, you know? Yeah, it's more about voicing. So, my little rant about how wonderful all of these players are.
Yeah,
They're all
versatility.
so good. Yes. I barely know how to play the trumpet. Let's play this track. This is Big Boo's Haunt from Mario 64. This is, again, featuring our friend John Stacey, who plays super low, like low bass clef French horn.
Yeah.
Almost the whole time.
Very, very many pedal tones.
Yeah.
Also, people who are putting in the promo codes, thank you. We'll look into it for you during this song.
Yes, we may need to make a second promo code because this one may only be valid for the digital album, but I will change it or delete it, or we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's listen to a track. Thank you for being here with the Game Brass. Hi, thank you so much for being here.
Hello! Welcome, Raiders.
Hi.
We're the Game Brass. I'm Daniel Rumberger. I play trombone. He is Robby Duguay. He plays trumpet and does a heck of a lot else for this group. You have just heard Big Boo's Haunt from Super Mario 64 and all of the low notes therein. This is one of the scariest, eeriest pieces. Involved a lot of special effects, such as blowing air through the horn. I had to do it in 7th position. Also, I used a quote-unquote bucket mute that was really just a sound absorber baffle type thing, and it was like half on, half off. We don't have it here, but yeah, a lot of special effects went into the making of this low and creepy and eerie performance.
Yes.
So, we are listening through the Game Brass's second album called Brasslevania, a tribute to the video game Macabre. It is very spooky, very Halloween themed, very scary, very arranged by Thomas Kresge.
Yeah, many skeletons.
If you go to our Bandcamp page, I will post the link, spam those links in the chat to the Bandcamp page. You can get this album for yourself, and we have a promo code. The promo code is GHOSTS. GHOSTS, which should actually be working now.
Yes.
That will give you a 15% discount for the digital album, the physical album, the array of merchandise that we have here.
Physical Snowtopia CDs, 3-inch round stickers, 1.5-inch round buttons, and this is a new edition that no one has seen. These are enamel pins that have our Game Brass logo on them. I'm going to go close to the camera.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it already, so I don't need to see it again. But I do want to wear it again, because it's pretty snazzy, eh? All right. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're about halfway through the album now, and we hope you enjoy this. We hope you enjoyed the songs that you've heard already. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we hope you enjoy the songs that are yet to come.
Yes. Really quickly, again, credits. So first trumpet, John Robert Matz. Second trumpet, Ken Hat Crouch. Third trumpet, myself. First French horn, Marc Papagin from France. Second horn, Jordan Moore, the euphonium player, playing French horn. Third horn is John Stacy. First trombone, Daniel Romberger. Second trombone, Danny Flam. And our tuba boy, Alex Hill. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you all for the shout outs in the chat. And thank you for tuning into QVC this evening.
No, we're not actually QVC. No.
Yes, I'm reading the chat. It's fine.
All right.
So this next track is Secure Place from Resident Evil 2. The background of this video, so there's like score videos for the ones we don't have full videos for yet. The background of this is going to be a sneak preview illusion hint to what our actual YouTube video for this will be. I hope it doesn't fall apart, because this was all made yesterday and I had no chance to test any of it. Let's go to the tapes.
Enjoy.
Thanks, everybody. I literally went out and bought a typewriter for that video. So please appreciate.
Yeah. Oh, we do some awesome special effects in that video as well that we'll be excited for you guys to see once that is ready. Robby is going back to the labyrinthine depths of the studio in order to uncover the prop that we used for the background of that video. And amidst the labyrinthine depths, it is a real typewriter. What?
It is. It's an Underwood from 1920, and like you can type on it, and it's a real typewriter. So the joke, the reference, the whatever here is that in Resident Evil 2, you save by being in a safe room, and you save by interacting with a typewriter. So I probably can't show it on screen, but there's a piece of paper in here that just says "Doot." I'll see if I can show the camera.
That's a pretty tall order right there. Getting the typewriter itself, I'm amazed that you did that. There's a lot of wires there. Please don't be clumsy. Dude! Okay, fine, it was worth it.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
All right,
hey,
that's enough silliness.
shout outs to my dad who bought CDs during that last song. I hope I make you proud someday.
Someday. Cool. And shout out again to the chat. Thank you all for being here and being a part of this wonderful day where we are launching Brasslevania. We appreciate every listen, every view, every buy of an album. And thank you, Nicholas, as well. Shout out to people. If you want, dude for Zach Smith in the chat.
Dude for Zach Schmidt in the chat. Let's do it.
Thank you, Zach.
Let's doot it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Why don't we play some more music?
Yeah, let's play some more music. We're doing this live. If you guys have any questions about any step in the process, arranging, recording, feel free to ask it in the chat, and we'd be happy to address it on stream. What is our next piece?
Our next piece actually features a couple of cool things. So our arranger, Thomas Kresge, has done a great job on this album of featuring each one of us with our, I'll call them special abilities, our strengths. And one of our players, who normally is our French horn player, plays trombone on this album, and he tours and he plays in lots of different bands on the trombone, not the French horn. So we decided on this album he was going to play the trombone, and this track he has a ripping solo.
Yes.
You will hear the ultimate Danny Flam. Like,
Please
he's real
enjoy
good.
Transylvania.
Yes.
Undergoing the arrangement talents of Thomas Kresge
Yes.
and the instrumental stylings of Danny Flam.
Yes. Oh, also featuring Gal Gashevsky on the drums. Hey, shout out to Gal.
Hi, Gal.
Here we go. Cool. That was Transylvania from DuckTales.
Woo!
Yeah. We didn't plan that. It's a thing that happened. It was originally composed by Hiroshige Tonomura. I've never seen that name before. Guess I never read the metadata. Hiroshige Tonomura. And then it was redone in the DuckTales Remastered by Jake Kaufman, who is known as Vert, and then arranged for this album by, of course,
Thomas Kresge.
Yeah. Cool. So there are a lot of different kinds of tracks on this album. Some of them are faster or slower or scarier or more lighthearted, like Life is Beautiful. And so we had to kind of look at the different tracks and determine what's our track order going to be like.
Yes. So we had each of the tracks characterized by what we feel the overall mood is for its energy. And I believe Robby has the spreadsheet open now, and they're all the tracks are different colors. There's like the sad,
like almost
mellow ones like Lavender Town and Splatterhouse. And then there's also the actually just super fun ones like Ghosts and Goblins. Transylvania is a red one, which I think is just like super crazy energy.
I believe red is the color for absolute banger.
Red is the color for absolute banger.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the last track, and also World Revolving, because it's like...
Yeah. So coming up after this, we have a blue, somber, moody track. This is
scary.
Theme of Laura from Silent Hill 2.
That's by Akira Yamaoka. Why don't we go to the tapes? Where is it? Here we go. Hey.
Hello.
Hi, we're the Game Brass. So that was Theme of Laura from Silent Hill 2. Shout out to Thomas for those really cool, like, metal chain rhythm section thing going on. But more than that, that was a big feature for Marc Papagay, who, again, plays the French horn. He plays first horn in this. A lot of those cool, like, boo-woo, all those things. Like, man, so many cool rips, so many cool lines. He just plays so lyrically.
Yes.
So great job, Mark. Thank you for being a part of the project.
Yeah, it was awesome having the entire horn section for this project.
Yeah.
Mark and Jordan and John Stacy. It was really a delight getting to work with all those friends. So, what's going on? We are about maybe like 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through Brasslevania, a tribute to the video game Macabre. Yeah, so this is the first listen through with the album. We helped write the album. Thomas arranged the album. We have the album available on Bandcamp at present. There is links to the Bandcamp. You can go to those links and you can put in the promo code GHOSTS, spelled the normal way, GHOSTS.
Yes.
Wait.
GHOSTS. Thank you all for watching, for buying the album, for listening to the album at all. Like, for anyone to be into what we do at all is kind of amazing to us.
Yes.
So we met at MagFest 3 years ago.
I think so, yeah.
It's something like that, 3 or 4 years ago. Shout out to MagFest. Hi, everybody. And he was sitting in a hallway playing a trombone. I sat down. He ended up giving me a ride to the airport. Long story short, we're in the car, and I'm like, what if there was like a band that played video game music, but it was on brass instruments? Because I had played trumpet before that.
You had played trumpet like 12 years before that.
So I started learning the trumpet again, and we made a band, and somehow now 2 years later, it's a real thing, and somehow you are all listening to us.
So thank you all so much for the support. It really means a lot to us to be able to do these projects and keep the group going. Our mission is to bring video game music to the classical world, as well as a little bit of classical music in the video game music sphere, and I'm happy that you enjoy what we do, and we hope to continue it as long as we can.
Thank you so much. Cool. All right, moving on. This next track is another feature. So we've been showing different features of different people in different tracks. This one is Lux Tenebrous from Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Yes.
And it features our very own John Robert Matz, but not in the way you might think or expect. So John Robert is our first trumpeter. He often loves to play the piccolo trumpet in the ridiculously high register, but you may or may not know that he's also a classically trained tenor. And so in this track, we feature John Robert Matz and his lovely voice singing Lux Tenebrous from Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Cool. Hope you enjoy.
All right, that was Luke Tenebras from Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and composed by Miko Tarmiya. Sorry, I have to look at the list faster next time. Featuring our very own John Robert Matz as the tenor voice there.
The tortured tenor voice.
Very tortured, yes.
Yeah.
In the chat, Thomas is joking that he just sent him really high piccolo trumpet parts, which usually Thomas sends us really hard parts just to see what we'll do, just see what he can get away with. Yes, truly an unprecedented talent. So, really quick, we saw a question in the chat about mixing. So, all of this album not only was arranged by Thomas Kresge, it was also mixed by Thomas Kresge. And I did the mastering on this. So this being not our first project together, Thomas sort of had an idea of how he wanted the ensemble to sound from Snowtopia and sort of extrapolated that into everything with Brasslevania, just adding more instruments and adding more space for things. In terms of mixing, I know that there, on that specific voice part, because he wanted it to sound like he was sort of falling into a pit continually, there was some amount of delay and a fair amount of reverb on there. Yeah, and, a good vocal take in the first place to work with. So
it's an Amnesia thing, falling into a pit of dark, hopeless despair. These things happen.
It's just another Tuesday, Wait, is it? It's Monday. Just another Monday.
Just another Monday.
Yeah. Yes, it's actually Tuesday, a holiday here in Canada.
It's Tuesday in Europe.
Hello, Europeans. Oh, also in the chat, shout out to Mr. John Paul Hayward, who we recently teamed up with for another project. The Game Brass is actually the brass on another project. We served as the brass section for an orchestral project called Cross Symphonic, arranged and produced by John Paul Hayward. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having us. Can't wait to show everybody what that project sounds like.
Yes, it was a delight.
In the near future.
It was a delight it was a delight to record for you, and we're happy to have you here and happy to do it again.
Yes, awesome. Okay, so we've been doing this for an hour and 46 minutes.
Let's go.
And we've got only a few tracks left to go. Only 3 videos left.
So this one we do have a video for.
Yeah.
More than just a score. This is a premiere, and I hope it's the right version this time.
Who could say? Yeah.
Phantom Train from Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI is, of course, one of the most popular Final Fantasies of all time. Hugely meaningful game for me, for you, for a lot of people. And this scene in particular is absolutely stunning. Some of the footage that we use is actually from Final Fantasy XIV, where they remade the battle against the Phantom Train. And then, Robby, do you want to talk about some of the crazy video things?
Yeah, so this is a fun one as well. I'm trying to up my game every time I do a new video with this. So in this video, not only did we steal from Final Fantasy XIV, there's backgrounds taken from Final Fantasy Dissidia, like the PSP fighter. There's a Phantom Train battle scene that you could, so I took some of the backgrounds from that. But then I also cut out the windows and put moving trees in the background. And then I put some of us in the engine room, some of us in the actual dinner car and stuff. We should talk about the feature as well, but we'll come back to that in a sec. And yeah, just a whole bunch of different layers to try and make it feel like we're actually on trains, including an effect that I've been sort of avoiding. So there is a feature in After Effects called Wiggle, and you can just apply a motion wiggle to anything. And normally it'll just make you bob around in random patterns, which works great for a screen shake. If there's in Ghost House, when we do the I do a screen shake with wiggle. Yeah. In this, I did wiggle only up and down, so it looks like we're bouncing on a train car while we're playing. So that was a fun little detail that we added. So feature-wise, not only is Thomas Kresge our arranger, not only is he the album producer who did all of our mixes, he plays the alto sax, and he does a feature alto sax solo on this piece. This is the first time you'll see his face.
And not only that, he has really nice hair.
Let's go to the tape.
Let's go.
Thank you, Thomas. The Phantom Train.
Yeah. Suplex it.
Evil Doot. There's a lot of little details in that video, like the Evil Doot. So the Phantom Train has a move called Evil Toot, which
We changed.
it's Evil Doot now.
Yeah.
A lot of little things. Actually, fun fact, there is one frame of that video that has Thomas the Tank Engine in it. One frame. 1/30th of a second in that 5 minute and 1 second video.
That is a fun fact. I didn't know that.
Find it if you can.
Oh, brutal.
It's in there. Yeah, a lot of little... So, like, the borderlines are little train tracks. Behind Danny Flam, there's, like, a train track moving away. There's a whole lot of work that went into that one.
Yeah.
So, we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, Ghosts.
Ghosts, right? Ghosts. All right, so
Indeed.
we are getting towards the end of the album.
Thank you, Robert.
This is the Game Brass Brasslevania, a tribute to the video game Macabre listening party. I am Daniel Rumberger, trombonist. He is Robby Duguay, trumpeter, and we are listening through this album. We have a promo code going on Bandcamp, which I will post in the chat at present. If you go click on that link, and when you are checking out the digital CD, the physical CD, or any of several of the array of merchandise that is being held up right now, you can use the promo code GHOSTS, GHOSTS, to get 15% off. That is only good for the duration of this live stream, so hurry up and do it if you're going to do it, and I hope you do it. All right.
I just kicked the mic. I'm so sorry if that was like, boom.
That was not a mic drop moment.
Sorry.
Nothing is a mic drop moment.
stream.
Never drop the mic. Never.
Don't do
Not
it.
cool.
Anyone who's worked in sound knows it's bad news.
Not cool.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about why we're mad at John Robert Matz forever.
Mad at or just strangely impressed by?
Strangely,
So we mentioned earlier that this album was originally going to be 12 or 13 tracks. And then Thomas kept having ideas, and then people in the band kept saying, oh, well, I love the Phantom Train, and I love this, and I love Deadly Premonition and stuff. And we got to the end of the album, and we were almost done. And John Robert said, how are we doing an album that has ghosts and skeletons and afterlife things and not including Grim Fandango? And I sat with that, and I thought, okay, one more track. This will take us from 17 to 18. That's not so bad. But we can't do it alone. Because, you know,
it's dangerous to go alone.
I've been in Canada my whole life. I do not know a lot about Mexican culture or folklore. And I know that Grim Fandango goes into that deeply. I mean, I played the whole game. It's beautiful. And the score is awesome. And Peter McConnell does an amazing job. So good. But we didn't have the right sound or approach on our own. So what we did was, we got in touch with Mr. David Ortiz.
Yes.
Mariachi Entertainment System. You probably know them. They are amazingly well followed on YouTube. They play PAX. They are amazing. We love them. Hi, if you're watching, you know.
Yes.
You're great. We're huge fans. So happy to finally do a collaboration. In fact, David was commenting on our YouTube channel early when we started saying, like, when are we going to collab? When are we going to collab?
It's
like,
so
we
good
couldn't
that it
wait to
finally
do
happened.
It. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and like, it is perfect that it is this song because,
yes.
well, this suite.
I didn't get to that yet. That's right. Yeah,
You did not get to that yet.
Yeah.
So, because we can't do anything in half measures, this is not just one tune from Grim Fandango. This is an entire suite of 5 movements from
Cinco.
from Grim Fandango. And like we said, it's dedicated towards Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, All Saints and All Souls Day, which is actually the 1st and 2nd of November.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really awesome to have Mariachi Entertainment System participate and bring their talents to Thomas's arranging.
Yeah, so when you hear the amazing mariachi trumpet solos in this, there's a little bit of us, but it's really David.
David
He's
and
so good.
Yeah.
I don't
and the rest of them too. It wasn't just David.
Right. Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
So we're not going to take a break between these movements. We're going to let this play as one big long thing. It's going to be 5 movements. You'll know when the movement changes because there'll be like a 2-bar break in the score, and then also the background image will switch as well.
Right.
Anything else we want to say before we hit the video?
Now let's do it.
Cool. All right.
you
Chat
enjoy.
with us in the chat. We'll see you after Grim Fandango. Awesome. Thank you again to Mariachi Entertainment System for collaborating with us on that, the Grim Fandango suite.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Shout outs to all the members of Mariachi Entertainment System. It was such a delight working with them on this project, especially because they've been our fans for so long, and us likewise of theirs.
Yeah, huge. We have David Ortiz on trumpet, Gilberto Martinez on guitar and vihuela, and Sean Rodriguez on guitarón.
Mm-hmm.
I say that like a French guy. I'm sorry, because I'm a French guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Shout out to Lauren in the chat. Shout out to Doug Perry. Thank you. We love you. What else can I say? We're almost at the end.
We're almost at the end. There is one track left, and oh my gosh, it's a big one.
This is one of the ones that's colored in red for absolute bangers.
Yes, this is the banger track.
Yeah.
Also, interestingly, Grim Fandango was just colored gray because it has a bit of everything in that.
Yeah, it's like
including a lot of solos by a lot of the individual members, both in Mariachi Entertainment System and outside of it.
Yeah, special shout out to once again John Stacy, horn player. He had a really cool solo in there. He is one of the few people I know who plays jazz French horn.
Yeah.
And he does an amazing solo in there. Of course, Danny Flam soloing on trombone again on that one, and a few other cool shout out solos. I know David did a lot of heavy lifting in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So our next track is the other also putting the Castlevania in Brasslevania.
Yep.
This is Bloody Tears. And funny story that happened recently. Should I go into it?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Yes.
So right now, if you check the Game Brass Twitter, which you may or may not have done, we actually have a tweet that kind of started going semi-viral.
It's got legs. The tweet's got legs.
Yeah.
So
the story behind the tweet, I can't actually show it right now. No, we can't show it. So a composition professor that I had, I told him about this project. He asked to hear some of the stuff that we were doing, and I showed him Bloody Tears. And then his immediate reaction was that this sounds like a car chase scene in a 70s cop movie. So I'm just like, you know what? I can kind of hear that. So then, because I could kind of hear it, I just made a quick video using footage from the 1974 film Gone in 60 Seconds, which set like all kinds of records for
like longest car chase?
A 40-minute car chase with the most cars destroyed, which amounts in the hundreds. So there was a lot of material to choose from, and I just picked a clip from that, set it to Bloody Tears, and tweeted that, and then it really took off. So if any of you have discovered the Game Brass through that tweet, welcome. Glad you were able to find us. This is
here.
the kind of stuff that we do, and I'm happy for it.
Far and away our most liked and retweeted tweet. It currently has 231 retweets and 610 likes. Wow.
Absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So
good job with your tweet, man.
Thanks, I guess. All right.
And thank you, composition professor. Okay.
Thank you all so much for being here. This is an absolute delight. I hope you can tell by the amount of energy that I'm bringing to the room and talking really fast that I'm super excited for this project, super excited to share it all with you, and I'm just so happy that you could all be here. Thank you for supporting the Game Brass. It's because of your support that we're able to continue doing what we do and bringing classical music to the video game music world and vice versa. Absolutely love it, and your support means so much to us.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. Just a couple of years ago, it was a dream that this band would even exist. So to have people out there who love our music, thank you very, very much. And so for this last track, which is Bloody Tears from Castlevania, we again feature Gal Gashevsky on the drums.
Yeah.
I botched his name, I'm sorry. Gal Gashevsky.
Nicely done.
Thank you. He, plays the drums for us once again. He also played with us on Snowtopia, fantastic drummer, love to have him. And my favorite thing to do while listening or watching this track is to sing the name of the song along to the melody of the song. Bloody tears, bloody tears. Bloody tears. Okay, I'll let you enjoy that as you watch the video. This is our last track on the album. It is one of the bangers, if you will. And we'll come back and chat at the end.
Your last chance to get the album using the promo code GHOSTS.
Yes. thegamebrass.bandcamp.com. Promo code GHOSTS will get you 15% off of everything we have on offer. Let's go to Bloody Tears. Here we go. Whew. We did it.
We did it.
We made it through.
We did it. We made it through. Ross, the 2s and 4s, I believe that's just the time signature.
Yeah. So it's like in 2-4 you count 1, 2, 1, 2. In 4-4 you count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. The reason why the 2s and the 4s are so big is that when you write sheet music that has a lot of parts, if someone would actually conduct it, it's very helpful to have the time signatures be extra large so they know to look out for them.
Yeah. Cool. So thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you so much.
Brasslevania, a tribute to the video game Macabre. 22 tracks, 9 brass players, lots of features, all arranged and mixed and produced by Thomas Kresge. Thank you, Thomas. Once again, featuring the main 9 brass of us: John Robert Matz, Ken Hat Crouch, myself, Robby Duguay, Mark Papagay, Jordan Moore, John Stacy, Daniel Romberger, Danny Flam, and Alex Hill. Thank you so much for listening and watching us tonight.
Yes, it was an absolute delight having you all and having such a big crowd for this entire thing. This project just it gives me so much energy, and it really means a lot to us to have your support. So thanks so much to everyone involved. Thanks to the people who tweeted and liked and shared and purchased the album today. Your support means so much to us, and it is a delight to be able to continue what we are doing because of you. Speaking of which, should we announce our next project?
Before we do that, let's talk about the promo code one last time.
Okay, sure. Let's talk about the promo code one last time.
We're going to sound like infomercial people for a second. One last time. We're sorry.
Hey,
we're not
I
here.
think I've got pretty good at it now.
We're doing pretty good. What I want to say is we're not here making money. We're definitely out here spending money doing this thing because we love this project. We love this band. And we love when you...
Licensing was pretty expensive.
Licensing's very expensive. And we had a lot of last minute changes and everything just sort of... It's all falling into place now. So on our site, we have 3-inch stickers... physical albums, not only of Sonotopia, but also available of Brasslevania. Enamel pins, which are a new addition to our store. Some round buttons. And, of course, digital copies of all of our works.
Now you can get all of what Robby had mentioned, and I would say and more, but it's really all of what Robby had mentioned.
More.
On the Game Brass Bandcamp page, which I am linking to right now, you can use the promo code GHOSTS, GHOSTS. I will say that again, that is GHOSTS, GHOSTS, and you'll be able to get a 15% discount for the merchandise there. But that promo code...
digital albums.
Including the digital albums. But, however, that promo code is only good for the rest of the stream, so... Act now. It's your chance.
So lastly, we have sort of an announcement. It's the same announcement we've always had. So we actually, when we started this group, we started with the intention of doing this project called the Castles Project. And what we started doing was arranging and performing and recording castle themes. So Castle Figaro, the Porcine Prince from Ni no Kuni, Dracula's Castle from Castlevania,
Hyrule Castle from A Link to the Past.
A ton of them, and they sort of have accumulated over the years, and we sort of had to push the album date back and back because we keep adding new tracks.
Yes.
But we can finally say that we have recorded and completed every track that we're going to put on this album. Anything after this is going to go on Castles 2 down the road. And this album is going to be coming out first thing next year.
Yes. Super excited about that. That's our next project.
Yeah. So... please enjoy Brasslevania. Please check it out on Bandcamp. Check out Snowtopia. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Oh, gosh.
Up here in Canada, I was talking to my sister-in-law, and it's going to be snowing soon.
I am not going to comment on Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's okay. I'm not qualified to.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
So Brasslevania is out, and Castles is coming. I believe we have called the album Brass Castles.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I should have put the album art. I don't have it.
That's okay.
So as a closer today, we're going to show you one of the tracks from that album. After that, we're going to be gone. We're going to be off the stream. So goodbye. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
But this last video is of Castle Crashers. 4 brave champions and a tuba.
Great.
Any last remarks?
Thank you all so much. This was an absolute delight. Super fun. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much for supporting what we do.
I did not check this video before I downloaded it. Hopefully it works. Goodbye. Thank you.